foghorn. You're waking up with Bug and Moss.
Oh, woo-go, woo. Good morning, Buggy Poo.
Ew, morning.
Christ, I'm so sorry. I almost want to start the show over.
Well, it's just kind of what it is. I think we have to accept it.
Embarrassing. It is good. Well, from the Skittering Studios underneath your favorite rock. It's 7:02 o'clock on the Bug and Moss Morning Telephone Show. Welcome to the party. I'm one of the final steps of what I like to call my phased rollout of bed. The first step is open eyes, sit up, get angry, hit the alarm clock, get back in bed.
Yeah.
And then sort of start
kind of stay angry cyclically.
Yeah. Well, then I twirl like a gas station hot dog slowly until I wrap up all the blankets.
Yeah.
Exactly. And then I get up and, hit the alarm another time. And then I tell myself this is the last one, just like lay here awake until it goes off. And then I fall asleep.
I get out of bed at 5:30 and I hate it. And I do it because I'm awake and I've been awake anyway, so I may as well get up. And then I just kind of like, with my back crumbling around my spine, roll around on the couch doing stuff on my phone as I think, man, I shouldn't get on my phone this early. And I just kind of do that.
It's hard, man. It's hard to drag yourself up and at 'em. We had a lot of fun last night. Me and the Friend Slap crew, the No Bones crew, playing Crab Champions. And it was awesome. And apparently Sid is still logged into Crab Champions, so I don't know what's going on, but I'm assuming Sid is on some kind of crab bender right now, just absolutely crabbing it out. By the way, if you've never seen this game, Crab Champions, definitely worth checking out. It's a really, really fun game. It's like a shoot 'em up game. You remember the Crab Rave video that went viral?
No.
Bum, 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 bum. I'm not singing it well. It's like all the crabs dance. I'm going to play it. We're going to get copyright struck, but that's okay.
Hey, Mason,
Patreon.com.
You're the one who's in Crab Champions. Is our show in Crab Champions right now?
I'm in Crab Champions? Yeah. That's not right. Is that real? Let me play you the Crab Rave song, by the way, just because it might actually help. This is a good energy.
This won't be good when we try to prove we're not in Crab Champions.
No. Well, I'm not trying to prove that. I'm just going to look for the process. You've never seen this video, Bug?
I don't know. I'm watching it.
I feel like you this would be right up your alley.
I might be. I'm looking at it.
Steam is running.
We have a sort of beautiful island.
Yep, sort of beautiful island. You can hear those beach waves. Here, I'll twist my chair out of the way a little bit.
Some nice smooth drone footage.
Well, actually, what I think is very, very good 3D.
Oh, wow.
Because this is Crab Rave. We're watching a bunch of little animated crabs tapping on the ground.
Is this the new Little Mermaid?
If the new Little Mermaid was like this, I think I would have liked it a lot more.
To be fair, we didn't really watch it. We tried to pirate it, and there was like a bunch of gambling ads.
There were a bunch of crypto gambling ads in it, but I was still pretty disconcerted by the way they approached the sentient animals.
We didn't like it.
Yeah. But yeah, this is Crab Rave. It's a total vibe. And the DJ that made this mix and video went on to make a video game called Crab Champions.
Oh, that makes sense because this looks like your game.
Yeah, where you play as these little crabs. This is the riff everyone knows.
Yeah, this 3D looks really good. Mason, if you're not watching, you're really missing out on Mason's dancing. I recommend finding this stream later.
I'm Crab Raving, Bug. It's a Crab Rave morning.
You might have to look under Friend Slop Monday to see this stream because I think that's where it's airing.
Oh, shit. I didn't change the name right. Well, I guess it couldn't be more apt. Well, I'm lightheaded.
You okay?
A Crab Rave too hard, too early.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I did not change the stream title in Twitch, so if anyone's here right now, sorry.
Yeah, sorry is hard.
I will try and make that change at the moment while we speak. What do you got for the show today, Bug? I know you got some stuff prepped. I just got a bunch of, I almost said ointments. I got a bunch of
Moss is selling some ointments. We're really trying to make it happen and make money.
I crab raved so hard, and I don't know if you know this about me, Bug, but my brain is different than everyone's. It's actually just a bunch of liquid. It's like butter, milk, and eggs loose in the bucket of my skull.
Yeah.
And so I made an omelet just now.
Yeah. I mean, that's weird. Can you cook it in there? Is your head hot enough for omelet cooking?
If I think really hard, programming this social simulation game has certainly started cooking the eggs in my head.
Yeah, that's real. Getting scrambled up in there.
What you got?
I have a film buffering.
Another film buffering.
I know. I don't get competitive except when I work really hard on a film buffering and you get it immediately.
I understand. So today, are we having like a really hard film?
No, it's not. I'm worried you'll get it again. But
we'll see. I wouldn't have too much faith in me, Bug. That was a fluke. You happened also to pick a movie I have seen about a dozen times.
Yeah. So I have,
which is rare.
I know. I have a film buffering, and I also have something that I'm calling odds and ends, which is not quite an onwards and upwards or like a cogent internet quiz even, but just sort of like some questions, some facts that I can sprinkle throughout. They don't have to all happen at the same time.
Ooh, exciting. Okay. Odds. So wait, so it's like a game show that's going to happen periodically throughout the show?
Yeah, it's just stuff I can say.
Well, that's fun.
Some of it is questions for you, like to answer, and some of it is just like interesting things to tell you.
Okay, cool. I came up with a concept for a new segment that I don't have prepped today, but that I want to call Asymmetric Battle Trivia, where we try and battle each other in a like head-to-head sudden death trivia question match.
To the death.
Look forward to the death. Yeah, so look forward to that on the final episode of the Bug and Moss Morning Telephone Show.
Yeah, R.I.P.
Yeah, R.I.P. indeed. County Astronaut in chat said unguents, and I'm curious what that word means.
Unguents? That is a thing. Unguents. I've heard that before. Is that ointments? Is that related to ointments?
Unguents.
Unguents, yeah, it's an ointment. It's a soothing preparation to spread on wounds, burns, rashes, abrasions, or other topical injuries. Treat yourself to the page. Similar to an ointment, though typically an unguent is oilier and less viscous. What a cool way to classify those things.
That is interesting. I did not know that was what that word meant. And hey, maybe this can be an unguent to your tired morning brain, an ointment you can spread upon your ears and listen to.
Yeah, maybe it would be a balm to your salve and a toothpaste to your lotion or whatever.
It's a voicemail that I'm about to play.
Okay.
I was trying to segue into the phones. Like, let this be, and this is a voicemail. Because I haven't Colin sent me a bunch of great things that are like, let's go to the phones with funny lines, and I haven't put it together yet.
Well, you've been busy.
I've been busy, but I tried to record some music for it, and I just couldn't play it, man. Couldn't play the drums. I don't know what's up with that.
You can do it.
We'll talk about that some other time. Right now, it's time to talk to literal stranger, Coyote Astronaut, who called in at 848 Moss Bug. Bless you, Bug.
What's shaking, Bug and Moss? This is Coyote Astronaut, your literal stranger, calling with a thought I had on the way to D&D tonight. So I drove past a farm and home place that is advertising live plants. And we all know what live plants are. They are plants that are alive and growing. You know, they got their root system. They're making leaves. They're respiring. They're doing all that things. But at what point does a plant become a dead plant? Because produce still looks pretty tasty. Still looks kind of alive. But we know it's not grown. Well, I mean, some produce you can just like grow more of. Or like cut flowers, live or dead. At what point is a plant a dead plant? And then what do we want to call that thing in the middle? Like that space, that liminal space between life and death that many of the plants in our lives are experiencing on their way to their demise. Hope you're well. Don't be a dead plant. Tell Daddy I said hello and watch him burst into flames. Take care, y'all. Bye.
I'll tell Daddy IRL that you said hello, Coyote. Thank you for calling in. This is a great question. Is this something I was thinking about the other day? Because I was thinking about how fruits ripen off the vine or whatever.
Some
stuff gets better on your counter and like goes through, presumably chemical changes. I've been meaning to look into it because I actually don't really know.
You could argue that a person ripens after their death in that they become ripe for sure.
But do they become sweeter and chewier and more delicioso?
I mean, technically, we probably do as we decompose become sweeter. I would imagine there are complex processes happening.
I think it's different for like when a peach does it. I think it's different when a peach does it.
Well, I would prefer it with a peach. Something I will tell you is that those idiots that do the carnivore diet think that all produce is dead, and that's why you can only eat kimchi.
Oh, that's right. That is a whole thing they say. I forgot about that. Yeah, those carnivore diet right-wing crazy people, those folks do believe that certain foods are dead and they only eat foods that are alive.
Even though they absolutely eat dead meat. So I don't know. They only eat vegetables that are alive.
Yeah. So,
live cultures.
Flowers, I feel like, are in hospice, right? You cut them and you put them in water and they are like kind of on that water. But if you don't just like keep trimming and cleaning up the bottoms and like artificially maintaining sort of an ecosystem,
no matter what you do, they will go.
Yeah. Well, but they will. I
You
wonder,
try to keep them comfortable as they go, but they'll go.
I wonder if you could keep a cut flower attentively. Like if I hired someone to 24/7 babysit a cut flower, if it would live.
I think it would have to grow roots. It'd have to be one that will grow roots in water.
Would it grow? Would it have to? Why would it have to?
Because I don't think it can make enough food for itself if it doesn't. I'm looking it up.
That's fascinating. Sid the Kingmaker in chat says, I found out through that diet that peppercorn is a fruit, so you can't even season meat with black pepper.
Yeah.
These people,
according to they just make shit up, guys.
I think Sid watched the same video that we watched, the Eddie Burback video.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, about the carnivore diet. And then his doctor was like, your cholesterol is alarming.
I've watched a lot of stuff and listened to a lot of stuff about the carnivore diet. I hate these people.
Yeah,
it's really bad for you. You should eat vegetables. They're good for you. We know this.
Okay, so what's the story on cut flowers?
You cannot keep a cut flower alive indefinitely, allegedly, because once it's severed from its roots, its life is now infinite.
Its life is now infinite?
I mean finite.
Oh, I was like, whoa, babe, that's crazy.
It's infinite.
Matt Bliss says now creating a florist business called Palliative Bunches.
Yeah,
which is very good. That's incredible. Emily says it depends on the plant. You can propagate certain plants like pothos, jade, and African violets. Took a real shot at pothos there. Don't know if that's how you say that. Don't know what that one is. Some plants reproduce by flowers, but other plants reproduce by cuttings. I've got a cutting of a pothos living in a wine glass. Living in wine glasses in my kitchen. His name is Vinny. That's awesome and hilarious that it's Vinny, and he's in a glass of vino.
Well, yeah, because I know like spider plants, those you can propagate in water, I think.
I mean, like plants is a broad category because there's also like the Rose of Jericho, which is like that fucking thing that dries up and rolls around the desert and is like 99% dehydrated and then can have some water dripped on it and comes right back to life. So like there's definitely a broad spectrum, but that's a good thing. At what point does a plant become dead? I do feel like anytime you're cultivating something in some kind of artificial life-sustaining environment, that's hospice. Like I feel like there's got to be that.
I mean,
unless it's potted. If it's potted, that's just like apartment life.
Well, I will also. I mean, hospice is implying palliative end-of-life care. The idea is that there is no bouncing back from this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's no bouncing back from being cut.
Yeah.
Unless you're a plant that reproduces by... I don't know. That's a good question, Coyote, and it's a tough question.
It's a tough question.
I think there's a lot. I'm also shook by the fact that everyone seems to know what pothos is.
I don't know what pothos is.
I've never heard pothos in my life.
Is it like ethos, logos, pothos?
Yeah. Krotos. I've gardened my whole life, and I do not know what pothos is. I've never heard that before.
Pothos is a plant. You've seen it before. Like that.
Oh, it's one of them leafy. It's the I want one of those. It's those plants with like the creamy, milky leafy edges.
I don't know how to explain this, but this is a gay plant, right?
I don't know.
I
think that kind of looks like it. Like it just looks like an office plant. Like
really? To me, it like screams lesbian plant.
Really? I don't know. I don't get that vibe. But we'll see. Matt Bliss says pothos is Latin for leafy long boy. Mm-hmm. County Astronaut does say it is 500% gay.
Yeah.
I don't know that I would identify one. Colin says you're right.
It's a little bit less gay because we super can't have one.
Or is it toxic to cats?
Yeah.
Oh, man, that's a bummer that it's toxic to cats. Hey, PSA, lilies, super fucking toxic to cats.
Yeah, those are big toxic to cats.
Also, I love them, and I love the way they smell. And I brought some home before I knew that. And I almost was like, smell this, baby boys. Smell it. It smells
to be fair, I brought it home, and I normally check. The problem is, here, I know that some of you who already knew lilies are toxic to cats are like, of course they are. Here's the problem. Everybody uses toxic like the same. They're like, anything your cat can't eat for breakfast is toxic to cats. And there are some things that you should actually be worried about, and lilies are one of them. But it is hard to decipher that information from the internet when everyone on Reddit is like, I can't believe you don't have a cat certified filtration system. You're so fucking evil. You shouldn't have pets, you poor slug. Like, It's insane out there.
Well, yeah, you have to like really look at it because like Al just said, Digital Darling Egg Queen said, sometimes toxic just make them throw up.
And they like to throw up on purpose.
Right. But then sometimes toxic is like lilies, where it causes kidney failure pretty rapidly.
Yeah, lilies is a big one.
From very small amounts of pollen, which is crazy. So it's really frustrating if you don't know and if you love having flowers around.
In the chat, Colin has said, have we considered putting those green yuck stickers on the flowers? Maybe then they won't eat them. I'm guessing, Colin, that you mean the sort of like throwy uppy emoji face, but at first I thought you meant there is some kind of sticker that I can put on something that my cat will be disgusted by. Colin, I would love that.
Flip those, and I think that, because I think that is what Colin's saying. I'm assuming there's some kind of yuck sticker that would keep a cat away.
I would put yuck stickers on so much of my stuff that they're gross on.
I'm going to Google search yuck stickers.
Yeah, find it.
Oh, the sticker we tell to use to tell kids not to eat things. Oh, never mind. So Colin did mean what you mean.
Yeah.
I also Googled Tuck stickers and accidentally retrieved a bunch of Tucker Carlson photos. So now my computer is poisoned and I'm going to have to take it out back and
I got to throw it away.
Now Tucker Carlson's face is on my computer.
So that's broken.
Wicked broken. So guess I can't run the show anymore. JK Bug, why don't we drop into my favorite thing that we could possibly do at any time?
Okay.
Are you ready?
Let's do it.
Oh, movies? The thing everyone likes? Moss apparently hates them. It's film buffering.
Okay, guys, this is a game where Moss hasn't really seen a movie, but maybe he remembers anything about one. And so I try to give him clues. He's going to have 6 chances to guess this film. And now, due to unprecedented events, I feel like it is imperative to say that if, Moss, you are making a serious guess that you really think is right, you maybe should write it on the desk first, because apparently you're just getting these right sometimes now.
Okay.
And it'd be a lot more fun for those at home, especially I think really early on in the quiz.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see what I do, Bug. We'll see how generous I feel.
We'll see if we need it.
Yeah, I'm kind of like the film buffering king now. I don't know if y'all know this. I'm sort of like
the film buff boy.
Yeah, I'm kind of good at movies.
Yeah,
good at knowing movies.
It's
now.
like he's seen them.
Yeah, I wasn't good at knowing movies before, but now.
Are you guys gonna let him be the king of movies, or are you gonna like step up?
Yeah, you gonna let me be the king of movies? I'll be a good king. What's the points? How many clues do I have?
6, like always.
6? You say it's like always. We've had 5. We've had 3.
I don't think that's true.
Yeah.
I think we have maybe had 5 like one time.
Sometimes I make stuff up.
Okay. The kid, see, this is the thing. I don't think you'd be a great king. You're just like saying things as though they're true.
I don't know, man. I would rule like the king of town from Homestar Runner, and I think it would work out fine.
I mean, you wouldn't be my last choice.
All right, Bug, what's them clues?
All right. Clue number 1. A couple come to an orphanage hoping to adopt a child. They have a son and are looking to expand their family. They meet a boy who knows everyone there, and he tells them the merits of every child. What?
I'm just imagining, can you imagine walking into an orphanage and being like, so I've been looking to expand my family. I've been imagining a 5-year plan. We've been thinking about upscaling, bringing on some new team members.
I think that's how like a lot of Christian people adopt. And also I think that's high-key what it was like in the 1800s, because they'd be like, we're trying to do some team building on the farm.
Well, yeah, that's different. Okay.
I'm trying to hire a child.
Colin, Sid, and Emily say they all immediately know, and they had it at orphanage.
Do you have it?
I don't. I don't even have a beginning.
Okay.
Colin says, it's amazing. I was working on writing clues for this to send to Bug last week. I just never finished.
Well, you guys are all welcome to send me clues because these are so hard. Okay. So this orphan tells them the merits of all of the kids there. He's been at the orphanage for a long time, and he's happy to chat with the couple about what they're looking for. You know it, don't you?
I have a guess. I'm writing it on the desk so you can see. Is my guess right? No, see, I have to say my guesses out loud or else this segment isn't funny. Is it Newsies?
No, it's
doesn't
not
that
Newsies.
happen in Newsies?
I don't know.
Isn't there a scene where he's like, yeah, this is Billy, he likes food. This is Jimmy, he's real tall.
I've not seen Newsies.
Oh, I thought there was like a thing where there's like the leader kid or whatever.
Okay, do you want me to finish this first clue?
I haven't seen Newsies, but I was in a role-playing game version of Newsies once. So does that count?
If you want it to.
Oh my gosh. Hey, also, real quick, we can move on to the rest of this clue, but just shout out to a first-time chat coming in from Kurama Roar, who says, greetings, Bug and Moss. First-time watcher of the live show, 2-week-long listener of the podcast version.
Hell yeah.
Nice to catch you live. Great to catch you live as well. All right, Bug, what's the next clue?
All right. Well, let me finish the first one.
Oh. Okay. All right. So it's not Newsies. We do know that.
I'm going to just run through this really fast, and everyone's going to shut up for a second.
Okay.
A couple come to an orphanage to adopt a child. They have a son and are looking to expand their family. They meet a boy who knows everyone there, and he tells them the merits of each child. He's been at the orphanage for a long time, and he's happy to chat with the couple about what they're looking for. The couple asks about whether or not he'd like to come home with them, having fallen for his open and kind nature. The boy is surprised, but ultimately agrees.
Yeah, this Newsies. This
It's
really
not Newsies.
I think this happened in the role-playing game Newsies I played with Jamie back in the day.
Well, What I'm describing isn't Newsies.
Okay, 5 points on the board for me. Everyone's got it but me. If you don't got it in the chat, you tell me. You tell me if you don't got it. I want to know if anyone's with me.
Okay. Clue number 2.
And L's got it, I guess. Matt's got it. Or Matt doesn't got it. Never mind. I can't read. I don't know. Today, my brain, bad. My eyes, bad. But L, me, and Matt are still in suspense. What's the next one, Bug?
Clue number 2. The couple's other son, at first excited about the prospect of a brother, is disappointed with the orphan boy. They struggle to connect and don't initially seem to have much in common. Meanwhile, another member of the family is embarrassed by the orphan and warns him not to show his face when company comes over.
Embarrassed? Shows him nothing to show his face. This okay. I'm getting a vibe, and this is so in the back of my brain, neurons are firing and connecting, and these are not people. These are inanimate objects. We've got like a Brave Little Toaster type situation. This movie's kind of a Brave Little Toaster type movie, but it's not Brave Little Toaster.
Okay, so is that your guess?
Yeah.
Is that your guess that it's Brave Little Toaster?
Is it Brave Little? Can you tell me if it's Brave Little Toaster adjacent, or is that like cheating?
I'm not going to tell you that.
No, God damn it.
You've gotten too good at it now. I'm not giving you any gifts anymore.
I don't think I have it, but I don't think I'm getting feelings. I'm getting thoughts.
Okay.
But I don't have it. I've got 4 clues left on the board.
Okay.
It's not too late to not embarrass myself and my family.
Clue number 3. The boy is accidentally seen by the family member's friend and inadvertently embarrasses him. So the family member chases him, seemingly intent on killing him, but the boy escapes. During this escape, he encounters his adoptive brother, and the two are able to put aside some of their differences and actually begin to have fun together, deciding to work together on an upcoming boat race.
Is this Casper? Is this Casper the Friendly Ghost? Is that what happens in the Casper movies? Because I only ever saw the cartoons.
We should watch Casper Halloween season. It's really good. Christina Ricci.
It's not?
And my king, Bill Pullman. No, it's not Casper.
Gosh, darn it. Okay, L has it. Colin says Brave Little Toaster, famously at the Toaster Oven Orphanage.
It's the Toaster Strudel Orphanage.
Karama Roar does not have it either. Okay, so now it's just Karama, Matt, and I. Oh, this is tough. I don't know, Bug. 3 points on the board. Just keep it cranking.
All right.
Keep them coming.
Clue
I
number
still don't think they're humans.
4. Meanwhile, the other family member arranges to have the new orphan removed, unbeknownst to the rest of the family. The day of the boat race, the couple's other son sees his rival and is overwhelmed, but the orphan boy is able to work with his new brother and save the day, confirming their relationship. However, later, a couple shows up claiming to be the orphan child's parents, and reluctantly, the family allows the boy to leave with them.
Fucking boat race? What is this like? We want to expand our family, and then they get this kid from the orphanage, and then someone comes out and they're like, you're too embarrassing though. You haven't like integrated enough with this family. Go and hide. And then someone sees them and they're like, is that a new kid? I'm going to kill him. And then the kid runs away and then makes friends with the kid's brother. And then he's like, want to help with a boat race? And then it turns out the whole family is in on this fucking boat race. They go there and then the boat race is going poorly and the kid saves the day. Do I have it so far?
Yeah.
What the fuck movie is this?
I'm really excited to watch it.
Is this Pinocchio or something? Is this like The Greatest Mile or like The Longest Dash or The Biggest Boat? Is this
you trying to guess Green Mile and The Longest Yard again?
Yeah.
Okay, well, it's not those.
No? Okay. Colin says none of those are movies. God, Matt says you'd think Boat Race would be the telltale, but I still have no idea. Yeah, me neither. Coyote is still out too. Coyote says it's clearly Jaws. Is it Jaws?
No, it's not Jaws. I've never seen Jaws, so maybe.
There are only 2 clues remaining in this film buffering.
All right.
At most. Coyote and me, and Kurama, presumably, and Matt could only take home 2 points.
Okay. A few days later, the head of the orphanage arrives to let the family know that she looked into the orphan's past and his parents are dead.
Matilda!
No.
Is this what happens in Matilda?
No.
Fuck.
The family, realizing their son had been kidnapped, call the police. The family member who arranged the ruse panics and tells his associates that they're gonna have to kill the child. So his deception is never discovered. However, the orphan boy has won over his captors and they tell him about the plot, giving him time to escape. He's chased by the nefarious characters attempting to kill him, but he escapes and is able to find his way back to his new home.
Because he is Ohana, and Ohana means family.
No.
And this is Lilo and Stitch.
No, that's
What?
a really, really good
What?
guess.
What? I was so sure.
No, it's not.
No
It's
way.
not. That is a really good guess based on what I know you know about movies. That's a great guess.
Is this not Lilo and Stitch?
No.
That's. I almost don't care what the answer is.
You were sure, and it is a good guess.
Oh, I just spent all my energy on that guess, and it just like went out into the universe like a radio signal, just gone. I was hoping it would bounce back off of my victory, and I would get my energy back. But now I'm tired. I'm gonna have to go take a nap.
Yeah.
Damn. Final clue, Bug. I guess I'll see if we get this home. Emily says I barely remember this. Karama says, Sid says my favorite thing is Moss Ladley going, is what happens in that. Is that what happens in that? Okay.
Okay, clue number 6. The family member who wants him dead is the only one home, and the rest of the family is out hanging posters and looking for the orphan. However, the family member tells him that they don't want him there and convinces him that they're happier without him. The orphan boy believes this and leaves. But then, the family member feels guilty, and realizing his selfishness, he chases after the boy. He reveals his deception to the boy, and together they fend off the would-be assassins who refuse to call off the hit and instead decide to kill them both. After a tense battle, the boy and the family member are successful, and they return home together to rejoin their family.
I know this. It is actually lighting up in my brain, and it's killing me that this is the final clue. This is not Pinocchio.
It is not Pinocchio.
And it's also not. Oh my gosh! When it's a lie and the person's like, nobody wants you here, and like the kid believes that. I remember that moment. Oh frickin' stinks, man. Feels bad. So Bug was like, "Hey Moss, you want a film buffer?" And guess what? Never again.
That's not what happened.
But you're like, dang, you're like waterboarding me with the edge of movies I think I know.
Well, listen, I just tried to pick something that I thought would be interesting.
It was. These are very good clues. Don't think that I'm wrong, or don't think that I'm saying that your clues are not great. Your clues are phenomenal. I give up. This is absolute capitulation. I am unconditionally surrendering, Bug. I know.
You ready?
Yeah.
For me to tell you what this movie is?
The sound has to play all the way. Okay.
It's Stuart Little.
No, in my head I was like Fievel. I was picturing mouse. I was picturing I was right about the non-human thing.
Yeah, kind of, although most of the movie is humans.
It also is wild. I almost said Mouse Hunt too. I literally that was the other one.
You know what's really funny is that Nathan Lane is in this. He plays the cat.
Who is
the
Nathan
cat
Lane?
that,
I don't know who Nathan Lane
He's
is.
in Mouse Hunt. What do you mean you don't know who he okay.
Is he Malcolm from fucking Firefly?
No.
Or Captain Mal?
No. Nathan Lane is in Mouse Hunt. He's one of the guys.
Okay. Is he not Christopher Walken?
No, he's Nathan Lane.
Well, the only person I know in
He's
that movie is
Timon of Timon and Pumbaa.
Oh, I guess I medium know the voice. I don't think I know Nathan Lane from anything. I straight up thought Mouse Hunt was two unknown actors and Christopher Walken. I don't know the other guy in Mouse Hunt.
You
is.
definitely know Nathan Lane's voice.
Maybe. He kind of looks like the guy who plays Pastor Brown, the Ron Weasley's dad.
Yeah, kind of. He does.
Yeah, no, I have no idea who this is.
Okay.
Absolutely no idea. Sid says if you've seen Mouse Hunt, you do know who he is. Everyone, Nathan Fillion is Captain Mal. Thank you, Matt Bliss, for filling me in on that. That's right, Nathan Fillion. Kashna says the Birdcage.
Yeah, he hasn't seen the Birdcage. We've talked about it.
Emily saw Nathan Lane live on Broadway in 2011 or 2012, and apparently he was amazing.
I'm sure he was. I would love to see him.
I want to see Stanley Tucci on the street, just like casually.
Yeah, just
I wanna be
around.
like, what's up, man? I feel like he'd be a cool one to run into. We should have anyone got celebrity encounters? I joked about that the other day, and it's been ringing around my head. If you've got celebrity encounter stories, you should share them at 848-MOSSBUG. Give us a call. Tell us about famous people you've met. That could be a fun little segment.
If it's like a fun or weird story.
Yeah. Or if it's any story. I feel like famous people are always weird or interesting. I mean, if you're like, hey, I'm calling in because I saw, I don't know, Justin McElroy across the mall and didn't say anything. That's not much of a story, but
yeah,
you know. Hey, Bug.
Yeah.
We got a voicemail, I think, in the email from none other than Matthew Bliss.
Wow.
Yeah, an international voicemail has come in, and the email title is my dark addiction. You ready for this?
Hell yeah.
Okay. We're going to listen to this voicemail from Matt. If I hadn't muted every tab in my browser again and not unmuted my Gmail tab, let's pretend this voicemail from Matt.
Morning, Bugger Moss. This is Tuesday, the 30th of June, and I watched the beginning of a podcast yesterday, and it reminded me of something that could be a deeper, darker side of my psyche that I'm not sure any of you will relate to, but I'm wondering if you do, and maybe you can help me feel like I'm not so alone. But anyway, the subject is card collecting. I have extremely fond memories of when I was young, back in the mid to late 90s, when Pokemon cards and all Pokemon related paraphernalia started emerging, and in particular, opening booster packs and buying decks for Pokemon cards was a particular thing. I eventually got into Yu-Gi-Oh! And in my early 20s, I was also brought into the first edition of the Game of Thrones living card game, which was a bit of a fun time. Didn't hit Magic.
Oh, I played
what
Magic.
I found from that early time of collecting and opening Pokemon cards and looking at them in the books and, sorting them out and putting them into piles and creating decks and all that kind of thing, there's like a latent part of my mind that gets really irrationally excited at the thought of buying, opening.
What is? I thought that was a pause. I think Gmail just crashed and stopped playing it.
You got to download them.
That's so frustrating. So we're a minute and 30 in. I will say, while there's downloads, that I do relate to what Matt is beginning to say here, in that like there is the gotcha mechanics are addicting. I mean, they're kind of a dark pattern, but I'm super susceptible to that. But I used to buy booster packs for Magic, and we would do Magic drafts, and you're just like, well, one more. Like, well, what's in one more? Like, well, there could be just like another thing around the corner.
Bugger Moss.
All right, we're at 1 minute and 33, so let me just go ahead and jump right to where we were.
Opening and like shuffling through Pokemon card packs, or really any kind of card pack you can imagine that has the possibility for like holographic cards and all that kind of thing. I don't know. This feels like something akin to an addiction, and I really don't have an addictive personality for this kind of stuff. I don't get addicted to things really, but whenever it pops up somewhere, there's a thought at the back of my mind that says, I could just buy one booster pack and just get that feeling. Feel the cards and, maybe I'll get a holographic card and it'll be a little bit more interesting. It just feels nice. It's nice to think about. Do either of you think about that? Have you had that experience? And maybe anyone watching or listening can share their experiences and make sure I don't feel alone. Those Pokemon cards seem exciting. You could get back into it again. There's way too many Pokemon now. That's a different problem. But anyway, are you addicted to the idea of Pokemon cards, even though it makes absolutely no rational sense? What do you reckon? Bye.
Thanks for the voicemail, Matt. I don't understand why Pokemon cards are having this massive resurgence that they're having right now. I don't know what brought them back, but boy howdy is Matt not alone in that. I don't know if y'all have seen, but I feel like Reddit has been filled up, my feed on Reddit has been filled up with stories about Pokemon card scalpers and resellers and the people who do crazy things to get packs and like stash them under shelves and stuff. That to me ruins it entirely.
Yeah.
And so I'm not in the Pokemon sphere of things. And I don't know that I will be. I played Yu-Gi-Oh, but I did get into Magic the Gathering for a grip. And doing booster drafts and stuff is kind of, there's an addicting, like another one, lever pull kind of mechanic to that. But I found that Magic the Gathering was a self-correcting problem, and here's why. I'm not good at the game. And the people who are good at the game tend to be people I don't want to hang out with.
Yeah.
Well, that's not true. The vibes that I found when I was trying to find just strangers to play Magic with, the vibes were not great. And there's kind of a reputation around Magic for the vibes being not great. And so for me, that problem was self-corrected because I only get into Magic for as long as I'm interested in still playing it. And then once I get interested in the game enough to play with strangers, then I'm like, oh, time to find a new hobby.
I have obviously encountered a lot of poisonous magic people, but also a lot of regular magic people. And my favorite person that I know who's out there playing magic is this girl, Jen, that I know who's like 10 feet tall and really intimidating to men and the loudest person I've ever met. And she just has pink hair and is like always doing drugs and is like busting in and playing magic. And I think more of that would really help this community.
Yeah, that's hilarious. And I want to start a group of people who are only like not too good at magic.
Yeah.
Like normal people, good vibes, not too good at magic, but we'll all play magic together.
Yeah.
I would love that. I mean, it's the lever pull thing, right? It's the variable reward. Are you familiar with that as like a term? The variable reward.
Yeah.
The idea being, and it's the pattern that's behind like scrolling. It's I don't remember the name of the author, but this famous book, Hooked, talks about this in design patterns, and it's something that a lot of fucking Silicon Valley has embraced, where if you give out inconsistent variable rewards, you get very, very addicted users. Because if you scrolled and every single post was absolute gold, you'd get your fill and you'd leave. You know, you'd be like, well, that was fun. And then if every post is bad, you'd be like, oh, this is terrible. I'm just never going here again. I'm bored and it's bad. But if it's a mix of good and bad and it's kind of an inconsistent mix of good and bad, you are more likely to keep going because you have highs and lows. It's super addictive.
And this is how games keep people logged in all the time, like especially mobile games. I'm thinking of Star Rail Fucker or whatever. And
Honkai Star Rail?
What is that? Is that what it is?
I think so.
And then the other one, Genshin Impact,
yeah,
where they convince you to log in every day because you get to gamble. You get so many chances to get different things. You do these polls.
Well, that's rampant in all sorts of games right now. It's the
totally.
loot box mechanic, that sort of thing. And there's been a lot of things written about.
But it's also really rampant in shopping. Like if you go to any website to buy something, it's like spin the wheel, do this, get this special discount. It's only here. Don't reload your browser. Like it's like really trying to incentivize you to buy things right now. Because I'm susceptible to that, I do not engage with things that do it.
Digital Darling Egg Queen in chat says, oh, you mean Starfuck Railgun?
Yeah.
So Colin said there's many reasons that Pokemon cards resurged, but in the end, anything that's collectible and has new art and rarity becomes something that a lot of people want to get their hands on. And while I think that's true, I also think there's a sort of recession indicator-y quality when you start to see the real scalpers and other sort of things come in, because it makes me think of like Beanie Babies. And there's certainly like a lot of those kind of people in general, but I do feel like the amount of that must increase when economic pressures become weird and people think like, well, this is like a thing I can get. So I wonder, and I don't know because I'm not very smart on economics. Like, don't take anything I say about economics aside from my anarchist philosophy. But Colin brings up a good point that, you know, people just like rare things. Matt said there's something to getting the cards, loot box psychology, maybe. Karama said the idea of opening a fresh pack of cards is exciting, but also somewhat addicting. Now I've settled for living vicarious through other people buying and opening packs or other forms of gacha. That is a good coping mechanism because it is also satisfying watching someone else open those kinds of things.
And it's cool because like that can be a useful form of content because like you watching it can fund them buying more. And then it's like there's a social element to it as well, which I think was more common when we were younger. And I was never really, I'm not good at collecting because I can't stay focused on anything that long. And also then I have a bunch of shit. And I have a bunch of shit that is not useful to me. So I personally don't have a good mindset for collecting, so I just don't do it. But I can really see the community in being around people who are also collecting, and then you're like trading, like genuinely trading stuff. I think that's really fun.
Yeah, no, I mean, it is. Like that it can be. It's just there's always this like veneer that comes on it when there's these economic pressures behind it of like rarity and like being able to resell things that takes some of the joy away, at least for me.
I think there's a definite middle ground, like with most things, where this kind of stuff is totally fine. Although I think we are all wary of how it's everywhere, especially like being really unregulatedly in our shopping. And especially because like it is gambling. And something that is kind of getting to me is seeing a lot of this sort of stuff being super marketed to really little kids.
Oh, for sure.
Like we were at an arcade recently at the movie theater and they had like a gachapon machine that was lower than we are tall. Like it was only for tiny kids.
Yeah.
And I don't think that like it's always not okay for a kid to get a blind box. But I do think there's a lot of really weird negative social stuff around, you know, if kids aren't being guided by responsible adults.
Well, I feel like we used to sell things and experiences, and like you went and had fun and did things, and now everything feels maliciously like it's trying to extract money from you and give you the least in return. Even arcades, like now the way arcades work with those cards and the chips,
They're
and
so
like
expensive.
the varying prices. Yeah, I don't know. Everything, the economics are bad right now, as far as I know.
I feel like when people are like, kids don't go to arcades anymore, I'm like, kids don't have $80.
Yeah.
Like, do you get that, right? Like, kids used to be able to have a couple dollars and hang out all day.
Colin says the joy about Pokemon cards or anything like this, though, is that not everyone is trying to only gather the rarest cards. Some people only collect the cutest or their favorite, and that's the cool stuff. Colin
love
mentions
that.
A guy who only collects misprinted cards.
I love
that
misprints.
Kind of stuff rules. That's so great.
Yeah, and I know, like, you know, I listen to like regulation podcasts and they do like baseball cards and shit. And there's like a bunch of weird ones. Like I can totally see getting into weird ones. I don't collect stamps, but I get a lot of joy in buying new forever stamps to use. Like the thing that I really like about getting new stamps is that to me, it feels like I'm like signaling or indicating something when I get to send out a bunch of company mail. I'm going to say something that's maybe the nerdiest thing I've ever said. I'm privileged to get to send a lot of mail. And I love sending mail and I love the USPS and I love stamps and forever stamps are so cool. The process of getting a stamp created is fucking insane. They do not let you just make them.
They used to,
but they don't do that anymore.
There was a brief window in time in which you could pay for a service where you could print your own stamps and there would just be a little verification QR code in the corner.
And you bet your ass I'd do that if they brought it back in a heartbeat.
I would be all over that. That would be one of the best things.
One
of the best things.
That would be one of the best things. Yeah, we get it. If you ever...
I'm not looking for UBI. I'm not looking for better social welfare. I don't even want to survive. I just want stamps.
If you ever see a stamp that has a historical figure that you think really deserves to be represented on a stamp, like Keith Haring or like other activists and icons from different eras, you should know that it probably took someone decades of effort to get them there. It takes a very long time to get a stamp approved. And so I think it's really cool when you see someone you really respect on a stamp.
Yeah.
That's my old lady soapbox.
I would agree. I think it is very cool. Coyote Astronaut says, I cut the stamps off the letters I get and put them in a jar, and I love that.
Yes, I love that too.
I want to start doing that. I like being able to keep lots of the same small thing. I for a long time do the hipster PDA thing. I'm not as consistent with it because I stay in the same house now, but when I was moving around a lot and traveling a lot, the hipster PDA is when you take a bunch of index cards and you binder clip them together and you just treat it like a notebook that you can pull and insert new pages because it's just the index cards. And so I made this like layout so I could then preserve them in this binder with like all these sheets that were perfectly index card size, which they don't sell. I made them with a soldering iron. Because if you turn it really low, you can melt like a standard sheet protector and create little pockets, by the way. If you're a card collector, that might be a good tip to know.
Yeah, you can make your own card sheets like that.
Yeah, get standard page protectors and like a soldering iron that you can adjust the temperature down pretty low because you don't need much.
If you have a heat sealer, that would work.
Yeah, but those are like pressed down and that could be a little trickier. I mean, it depends on what you want to do.
It depends on how comfortable you are with the soldering iron.
Yeah, you can just trace stuff down and then, drag it across and it'll seal the plastic together. Works like a treat. I would love to do something similar with stamps. I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Colin says, I make sure to never lose my forever stamps. I've saved probably like $50 with price hikes over the last 20 years.
Dude, also, I have a USPS branded postal scale because Kween turned me onto this when she was shipping a lot of her own slime. It is so much cheaper to print your own labels, and you do not have to have a label printer. You can just have a regular black and white, whatever printer.
It saves you so much time.
It saves you so much time and money. You don't have to get an official USPS scale. They just weren't very expensive, so I bought one. But you can use any scale. You can print labels and drop them off, and it'll change your life.
It will absolutely change your life. Hey, Bug, I want to totally change our gears.
We better change our gears.
Here's something I read while I was pooping.
I love when cool people do cool stuff online. It's one of my favorite things, seeing cool people do cool stuff online. And so I wanted to share something that I found that was neat. Do you remember Super Monkey Ball? Do you ever play Super Monkey Ball?
I've heard of it. I'd never played it.
Do you ever play one of those video games where you're a ball and you roll? One of those rolling games?
Does Katamari count?
Katamari's kind of a rolling game. I would say Katamari's my favorite rolling game.
Yeah, I've played that.
Yeah, but Monkey Ball. It's like you roll around on a course. Colin knows what I'm talking about. Super Monkey Ball games have been ported to the browser. Wee woo gamer alert. An unofficial fan-made website has made Super Monkey Ball and Super Monkey Ball 2 fully playable online, letting players jump straight into the chaotic ball-rolling action that defined the early 2000s. Both games are playable start to finish. Controls are handled through WASD and the arrow keys. Controller support is also available. It works pretty well. I played through the first handful of stages. The only thing that's not ported is the monkey in the ball, sadly. The titular monkey. What was his name? I. And but you can play Super Monkey Ball for free on the internet, and it's very fun. So if you're at work today and you want to just kind of fuck off and play some Super Monkey Ball games, the URL for that is going to be in the notes for the show here, but I will also go ahead and paste it into the Twitch chat, just in case anybody wants to go mess around with that. monkeyball-online.pages.dev. And it turns out that the person who did this, who ported Monkey Ball to browser, is Twilight PB, who is a YouTuber that Alex knows about.
Whoa.
And I started following them on YouTube. I would recommend giving them a follow on YouTube. Let me make sure that I get their handle right. I put it in the Discord in my notebook so that I would not lose it.
A super important question in the chat by Colin M. Parker is, would you rather have a super monkey ball or a puppy monkey baby?
That's a great question. I found the handle Twilight PB on YouTube, Twilight Johnson. Also, there's doing a very fun series of Half-Life 2, but there's nothing wrong with it, and there's a lot of stuff wrong with it. And it was pretty funny what I watched so far. They only have 528 subscribers. Go ahead and give them some love. Twilight PB, and play Super Monkey Ball. Now, that question, Colin, is very important. Would you rather have a Super Monkey Ball or a Puppy Monkey Baby? I would rather have a Super Monkey Ball because that commercial hurt my feelings.
I'd rather have a bullet in the brain than that commercial. That is one of the worst commercials I have ever. That was, I think, the death knell of advertising on a massive scale.
I was going to say, because before that, in the world of television commercials, we had this sort of arc that happened, and the Old Spice I'm on a horse commercial really kicked it off. And what advertisers did not learn is that it was the perfectly crafted simplicity and beauty of the one shot, like with the ridiculous humor that made it work. And they were like, oh, we just have to be so random that people remember us. And we had a whole slew of terrible commercials, culminating, in my opinion, in the worst one, which is the Puppy Monkey Baby.
Well, and we only say culminating because it's the last one we were sort of paying attention to. They're still happening and they're still heinous.
See, this is interesting. Colin says Puppy Monkey Baby is maybe the funniest commercial I've ever seen. What are you talking about? Now, see, that is wild.
I think Colin's negging us. Like, I don't know what this is.
Different strokes for different folks. I think that was one of the worst commercials in sort of the progress of advertising.
Yeah.
Because then we had, there was like the Mountain Dew one that was also, unless Puppy Monkey Baby was also Mountain Dew.
I don't know what it was for, so bad ad.
Yeah.
In case you guys are listening, I know you are.
And you know what? I remember the Old Spice one.
Yeah. Remember, it's for Old Spice. It got me to start wearing Old Spice. I was watching a little Eddie Burback video on commercials and advertising, and he brought up something I had forgotten about, which was when I think it was Doritos used to have a competition for people to submit ads for the Super Bowl. And so we had a bunch of like independent, regular people made ads.
Oh, that rules.
But you probably remember a lot of them, but it fell apart because people with like production background started getting into it, and it kind of just like wasn't what it was, you know?
You can only, how many times can you run an organic contest? And also, how big can it get before it's not that?
I think we're going to see that happening again, because I do think it's sort of just a cyclical thing, and advertising is at a stage where it's fully eaten its own tail, and that will only get worse with generative AI. So
yeah, I'm as someone who only sort of encounters TV commercials these days when I'm like at the hospital or at the doctor's office, I kind of only get like a glimpse into the world of television advertising every 6 months or whatever now. Yeah. And it's fascinating to see how it evolved. It's wild to see how many ads are very obviously using generative AI, like AI video. It fucking sucks.
Especially because, like, I think advertising has just fallen into this laziness where they're like lowest common denominator, which 100%. Is fascinating because it doesn't work.
No, and it hurts me because I love ads. I love the medium of an advertisement.
You are an award winning.
I don't, not to toot my own horn, and it was for radio, but I've won 3 awards for writing commercials. I love commercials. I love how a commercial fits in with the format. When you have like when you have a show and you know it's airing in a place where there's going to be a commercial, and so you build that into the structure of the show, and then the commercial is good, and you're like, wow, I've been entertained. It doesn't have to be bad. Advertising doesn't have to suck.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't have to suck to be advertised to, and you don't have to do shady things to advertise stuff. And so it sucks to see it, like, be so bad.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I see Colin in the chat saying, Mason, do you know what my favorite ad of all time is? It was made by you.
Oh, it was advertising, which is a very meta ad that I made. That was for, I don't know, radio. That wasn't a real one, but I boiled down what the formula was for every radio commercial. I can probably pull that up and play it for us since it's relevant. If anybody,
I want to hear it. And also, if anybody knows anybody who's looking for ads, tell them about me and Mason, because we're looking to make money and we're good at making ads.
Yeah, literally award-winning, but IRL, not podcast ads, but radio ads back in the day. You can find those on the Bodge Lab if you go to the About Me section. But here's the one I made that Colin is referencing about advertising, which was for a comedy podcast. It's a very meta joke. I don't know. Here it is.
An attention-grabbing opening line. Simple question to make the listener think. A second question coupled with a rise in excitement. A proposed product or service to answer that question. A brief and upbeat description of that product or service and how it will help to answer the questions posed at the beginning of the advertisement. This is where you can find or subscribe to said product or service. The URL of the company. That's the URL of the company, repeated for clarity. A witty tagline to wrap it up. Advertising.
I wrote that after I got really sick of reading. Autoplay. I wrote that after I got really sick of reading the same ad over and over at the radio.
Yeah.
Like, one day it would be like, do you have flat tires? Does your car go bad? Bring it to AutoZone. And then the next day it would be like, does your neck hurt? Does your tummy wiggle? Come down to Tummy Zone. It was frustrating.
I love that, because also I think we could make a bunch of those that are templates for like specific niches, because a lot of people, me included, will approach having to make an ad for something that they do and be like, I don't fucking know what to do.
Oh, never. I love making ads.
But I think it'd be really funny to have templates like that are fun and useful. Like, because that's a joke, but also it's not a lie.
It's not a lie for a generic commercial concept.
Totally. But I feel like it'd be fun to make them for like how to do an ad for your show and stuff like that.
Yeah. I want to, if I can get this sound design course pulled together, part of it I think is going to be making ads. And I think also because it's a great way to learn sound design and like audio design, because you have 30 seconds or 60 seconds. You can iterate over it a bunch of times, adding sound effects or music or refining it. Because I just love doing that stuff, man.
You're good at it.
I just think it's fun. Thanks, Bug. I could play one of the real ones that I made.
Would you?
If we want. Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's right. We also made ones for the National Cybersecurity Alliance, but I didn't write those. Back to School or Salsa Sisters? Which one?
I mean, Salsa Sisters is huge.
Salsa Sisters. This won the Granite Mics in 2020, which was the first place individual commercial for radio. And this was just a fun concept that I did in one day. Salsa Sisters sell specialty salsa.
Salsa Sisters sell specialty salsa.
Salsa Sisters sell specialty salsa.
Salsa Sisters Salsa Sisters sell specialty salsa.
Salsa Sisters.
Salsa Sisters sell specialty salsas in so many unique, fresh, and delicious varieties. Whether you like it sweet, spicy, savory, or anywhere in between, their flavor selection is like a tongue twister for your taste buds. Salsa Sisters sell specialty salsa. Say it 10 times fast and then get yourself some. Email salsasisterssalsa@gmail.com.
Salsa Sisters sell specialty salsa.
There we go. Perfect.
That's such a good ad.
Thanks. It was a fun one. And I think part of what made it fun that probably context is lost in this setting is that all of the voices were the radio hosts from the area.
Yeah.
So a lot of familiar voices doing the tongue twister too, which was fun.
But it's also, you managed to write a really short ad that is an interactive game for the audience.
And it also repeats their brand over and over and over and over. And radio is all about top of mind.
It was like someone
was
said,
wicked fun.
Mason, can you do head on but not make me want to kill myself?
That's funny. Yeah, I forget what happened. The salesperson was like, this client won a commercial spot, and they were like, will you produce it since I know you like doing that? And I was like, yeah, I'll come up with something. They were like, they didn't give me any direction, and so I got the free reign with it, which is always fun.
Really quick, we have 5 minutes left in the show, and we have not taken a break to talk about our community partners.
Oh my God, you're right. We've not taken a break to talk about our community partners, like our ageometric, apolitical, a-religious, a-brown-haired, because he has red hair. I don't know how many A ways I can describe him except to say AJ, our local minister and notary public with sermons and such. I was trying to really smoothly grab the business card. If my voice sounded weird, it's because I was moving around a lot. Sermons and such, ordained minister and notary public. Contact AJ. He's in Concord, New Hampshire. He is licensed to marry. I almost said licensed to kill. I don't know. I don't think ministers can do that. If you need a Type 5, if you need a wedding ceremony, if you need something notarized. I don't know what you... Give me an example of what you might need notarized, Bug, right now. 3, 2.
If you're doing a house buying, do you need that?
Give me another notary example. That's true. 3,
if you're
2.
doing serving like a legal paper thing?
Oh, hell yeah. One more, Bug. When else do you need a notary?
Name change?
Name change, sure. I don't know, man.
I think you have to go to the courts for that. I don't know if that involves a notary.
Yeah, it might, though. You can contact AJ and find out. Sermons _such.
If you want to know what notaries can do.
Yeah, I'm sure he won't mind us advertising that. It's just text AJ like Cha-Cha. Do you remember? Anyone remember Cha-Cha 242-242?
Hell yeah, we remember Cha-Cha.
I sent so many, and I'm really sorry. I wish... If the pearly gates are real, when I get up there and I talk to St. Peter, I have to apologize, not for many things, because I feel like I've lived my life in truth with my values for the most part, and I've apologized over my time when I can, but I've never gotten to apologize to the employees of Cha-Cha for the absolutely inane bullshit I sent their way.
And it was a small team, if I recall. Cha-Cha was like a very small team.
Yeah, so when I was like texting, like, can I put Christmas lights in my butt? I know I was bothering somebody. Yeah. I also didn't do that. It was all fucking fake. I'm so sorry, Cha-Cha. But anyway, contact AJ, sermons and such, sermons _such at yahoo.com. Text or call 561-541-5944. If you want to support our show and help us continue doing this absolute bullshit every single day, you can support us at patreon.com/bug-and-mouse.
I have one thing to do. I know we don't have very many times left, but there is something this is cool the way I'm speaking. I'm trying to take AI's jobs. There's a thing in my odds and ends that is a weird segue from Salsa Sisters, which I see from L, Salsa Sisters Specialty Unguent, which I think is the episode title.
That is going to have to be the episode title.
And that great Salsa Sister Specialty Salsa tongue twister made me think of something that's in my odds and ends file over here, which is the toughest tongue twister. Do you know the toughest tongue twister?
Which wristwatches are Swiss wristwatches?
Nope.
She sells seashells by the seashore. I slit the sheet I slit. Here I sit on the sheet I slit.
No.
What is it?
I'm going to have you read it because I don't know if I can.
I bet you I can do it. I love tongue twisters. The sixth sheep sick.
Sick sheiks, sixth sheep's sick.
The sixth sick sheik has six sheep, and the sixth sheep of the sixth sick sheik is sick. The sixth sick sheik's the sixth sick sheik's sixth sheep's sick. Yeah, it's hard also because it sucks to communicate through a device because it just sounds like.
Yeah. Can you imagine putting a DS around that?
Yeah, The sick. I'm gonna try and DS myself.
Okay.
The fixed feeps. Nope, I can't. It's just going to sound ridiculous. I was just going to try and dull my S's, but I'm just going to go straight into like, yes, you're a boss. The six sheep.
Was that like Ed Harris?
Yeah. I was thinking like your generic henchman, like, oh, give him the screws, boss. No problem, boss.
Kurama Roar 39 said, are we including tongue twisters in different languages? We aren't, but if you would like to, give us a call at 848-MOSS-BUG and share any tongue twisters that you have. I should clarify, this toughest tongue twister is English specific. I'd be really interested to hear tongue twisters in other languages.
I'll do a tongue twister any day. I'll bet you I can get any tongue twister in 2 tries.
You know how a lot of people have a Napoleon complex? This tongue-tied fuck over here.
Yeah, you're so right. I have a Napoleon complex because of my tongue. A Napoleon tongueplex. Because it doesn't... I cannot...
That's not a joke. That's as far as it goes.
I cannot touch my tongue to the roof of my mouth and open my mouth more than like a couple millimeters.
Crazy.
There's this exercise you're supposed to do, because I have TMJ issues too from clenching, where you're supposed to put your tongue in the roof of your mouth and like open your jaw and close your jaw, and I just can't do it because my tongue just like lifts off the top of my mouth. And I know this is hell on the podcast. I'm opening my mouth as wide as I can, and my tongue does not go very far.
It looks like, and I know you won't get this reference, but it looks like in Little Shop of Horrors when the plant starts to like have like a full mouth and tongue, and it tries to stick its little tongue out to drink like human blood.
That's extremely funny. My dentist once, one of my many dentists, Because I go through dentists. I'm a little bit
Not
of
to
a
brag.
little bit of a tooth slut. My dentist was like, it's a miracle you're not tongue tied, or a miracle you don't have like a major speech impediment. And I was like, that's crazy. I literally work in talking.
But
so
also,
I got lucky.
I know we don't have a lot of time left on the show, but we went down this crazy rabbit hole, and by we, I mean me, because I was listening to a Sawbones that had to do with tongue tying. I don't remember if that was the subject or if it was part of a different episode, but there was like this whole thing for several decades where people were like, being tongue tied is a huge problem and it's keeping kids from latching when they breastfeed.
Yeah,
it wasn't true.
That's bullshit.
And they were like, we didn't have evidence to support that. It was one of those things where it was like people were well-meaning and then it got weird because people were trying to like, I think, charge extra for doing this procedure on babies that may or may not have been necessary. Anyway, medical stuff is weird. It seems like you're fine, although, and when we've asked dentists and stuff about it, they're like, yeah, I wouldn't do anything about it now. You talk fine.
Yeah. Although there's part of me that wonders that like, I've got a little bit of like a fucking dinky voice. You know what I mean? Like the EQ is doing a lot here. Like if you meet me IRL, I do sound the way I sound, but I'm not a very powerful voice person. I have a pet theory that my tongue is actually huge and it's backed up all the way down my throat. And that if I were to get tongue tied, I could like stick my tongue out and then I would sound like, hey, everybody. I can't even do it, but like, I'll just be like,
well, you
hey,
can't, not until we get your tongue
everybody.
clipped.
Hey, it's me, Tongueless Mason. You know, like I would just be like big. That didn't sound very big, but
Or like, what if it's so the other thing is like, what if it sounds dumb?
yeah. What if I get my tongue untied
And now you have a speech impediment because you've been overcompensating.
I can't hold my tongue in anymore? My tongue's just always out. That'd be cute.
You're like a little cow.
Or like my old cat Greg, who also had his tongue hanging out all the time.
Or like Jelly Bean.
Or like Jelly Bean. Hey, y'all, you've squandered a perfectly good morning listening to this garbage, but we love it, and we're really glad you did. It's the Bug and Moss Morning Telephone Show coming to a close here at the top of the 8 o'clock hour, 2 minutes after the hour, because we had a bit of a chaotic start. It is Tuesday. I hope that whatever you have planned today goes exceedingly well, and that you get yourself a little treat, because you deserve it. Anything you want to wish on our listeners, Bug?
I think you should get a little treat. I agree that you deserve it.
All right,
and
did you hear that? It's 2 treats.
I think we should all hang out tomorrow.
Hell yeah. I'll see you tomorrow, and I love you, Bug.
I love you, Moss.
This is Bug and Moss.